All right, page 108. The hidden one. Though the Great Pyramid is the original of these types of structures upon the face of the planet, erected by an advanced civilization buried by the deluge, it is itself merely an image of what a true pyramid should be. It is a symbol representing an ideal, even when it had its beautiful white limestone garment of casing blocks with their minute writings. The monument was still incomplete. With its over 2.5 million blocks cemented together by adhesive so strong, the building is virtually one single stone of many parts. It is still only a semblance of a true pyramid and not yet finished. Just as the sarcophagus whispers to our souls that something is missing, so too does the 30 by 30 foot platform atop the Great Pyramid hint that something is not quite right. As a colossal pillar, the function of the edifice, at least structurally, was to support something of great importance to the earth and, by extension, man. But this area at the apex is as empty as the stone box in the king's chamber. Architecturally, there should be placed at the summit of the pyramid a cornerstone, but there is no evidence that such a gigantic piece was ever set in place. In fact, such a capstone would be enormous, a true pyramid, because it would be carved out of living rock from a single stone. A cornerstone cannot be a topstone if made of blocks. It would be a true and perfect altar, 31 feet high and 48 feet wide, 77, and weighing over 100 tons. We know of no other ancient megalithic structure on this planet that requires or has a stone this immense and heavy hoisted up to its 481-foot elevation. If the largest cranes in the world were to attempt to hoist this size of stone to 481 feet over the wide faces of the Great Pyramid, it would be a feat unrivaled in the history of human engineering. The existence of the Great Pyramid alludes to that which is perfect. After its erection 48 centuries ago, it was still incomplete because the structure required the placement of white limestone casing blocks to cover the monument to give it the appearance of being a single enormous pyramid. In essence, it was originally designed to appear as an illusion. Only a garment of gleaming white could beautify the body within. Without this clothing of white limestone casing blocks, the cornerstone atop it could never be set right upon the building. Even if one of the 144,000 casing blocks was off alignment, it would have rendered the entire structure at imperfect symmetry. The flawless would have been flawed, but unlike the pyramid structure itself, the cornerstone does not require casing blocks to perfect it. It is already perfect. If the placement of such a colossal prism is not possible even today, then naturally we must look deeper into the symbolism of this pillar. When we look backward to ancient Egypt, we stumble upon a profound belief concerning a large stone that fell from heaven shaped like a pyramid. When the Egyptians discovered this rock, they found it covered in writings upon its faces, arcane knowledge about the birth of the universe. It was called the Benben stone and was linked to rebirth 78. The Heliopolitan cult near Giza at Memphis maintained a mansion of the Benben, and it was held that this pillar was originally made of meteoric iron. 79. To the archaic mind, meteoric iron was a heavenly metal holy to God. This stone shaped like a pillar was a spiritual geographical marker that represented the first point of creation or place of the first time. 80. Thus, the true capstone descended or will descend from the heavens and will initiate a rebirth, which brings us back to the empty sarcophagus in the king's chamber. To the Sethites, both before and after this deluge, this monument was the stone embodiment of a prophecy from the earliest times concerning the end of the world and its destruction by fire. It was the fragmented memory of this that gained it the name pyramid or pillar of fire, but this is merely the covering, the surface text to a gigantic book that has remained in plain sight for millennia. An enormous mine of revelations that beckons us to search deeper into its mysteries. We see spiritual truths like as Through a Glass Darkly 81, and it just may be that this silent and magnificent monument is a gate to a promise from heaven extended to all on earth who choose to see it.